What's up, guys? Welcome back to Roblox Talk. We're going to go over a video today. Todd Bowles has spoken. He's going to be discussing more that the starters are actually playing today. What is he wanting to see from them? And eventually, what are we going to get out of this 53-man roster? Who's going to make it? Who's not? Where's the big competitions? So let's break it down. Let's let the old ball coach talk a little bit.
Everyone that's healthy will play. It's important for game continuity. We have some new guys on the O-line. We have some new guys at receiver. So other than having practice together, we need to see them in the game with certain situations and just the flow of it, no matter how long it is. We just need to see it.
Just need to see it. So I like how our media always asks multiple questions the exact same way. And It just was short. Yes, everyone who's healthy will play. So I thought that was funny. And then just the continuity, I think, is always huge. We need to see these guys who haven't really played at all get at least some snaps, especially in the offensive line, right?
Right, agreed. And that, obviously that's cool to hear. The starters are going to be playing on Saturday night, makes the game more intriguing, obviously, more fun to watch. But you're absolutely right. They need to play. Like, they need to get some reps in. They need to get that continuity, even if it's just for a series, for a quarter. We don't know how long that's going to be, but getting these guys involved, getting, Julio Jones out there and others, Kyle Rudolph get, reps with Tom Brady. Tom Brady getting reps with Robert Hainsey as far as the snap count and everything. That'll be good to definitely see on Saturday.
And he said like game situations too, like just down in distance, time amount on the clock. I mean, let's see how long they play. I mean, but Julio Jones has only seen practice. He hasn't actually seen stadium feel with Brady telling him to move over in a game situation. It's a big difference. I mean, I know everyone says you practice harder than you actually play the game, but still, once the lights come on, it's actually pads. The jersey is actually official. It's a Buccaneer jersey. I know what I'm looking at right now with my team. It's just different little things that they want to clean up and see. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm actually anxious and excited to see this too. But we'll keep going on. What else did Todd Bowles have to say? Because there's a lot of, I guess, jobs up for grabs, and it's really, really tight in a lot of rooms. Let's hear it.
Left guard, there's a ton of guys at the receiver spot. Obviously, the corner spot is yet to be determined, starting and backing up, and backup inside backers, and a few more special teams players. So we're looking at a lot of that this weekend.
That was pretty funny. That was my laugh in there. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of positions up for grabs, like you said. We pretty much know the left guard position. That was pretty much announced today. Luke Giddicky is going to get the start Saturday, so that means he's going to be in with the top guys to go around first. Obviously, him next to Donovan Smith and Hainsey, that'll be good to see how that is gelling and coming together. We'll be minus Tristan Wirfs, so I'm assuming Josh Wells will probably get the start at right tackle. Maybe they go with Fred Johnson, but the starting offensive line will be in there, so that'll be awesome. And then obviously the receivers, he talked about it. Cyril Grayson has been released, so that kind of cuts that down. But you have the main rookies, Devin Tompkins, etc., that are all fighting for a spot. Scotty Miller, Darden, all those guys are in a fight for that last position.
Yeah, because offensively, looking at it just from that side of the field, Scotty Miller's been dropping big balls, big deep balls. I mean, that's his bread and butter. It's what he's supposed to be good at, right? I know you see a lot more in practice than you do in the game, but when the lights come on, you got to kind of show up. He hasn't been doing that lately. It's probably his spot that's fighting for everything because Jalen Darden's been playing really early on and playing really well. Same thing with Tyler Johnson. He's been playing really, really well. So do one of these rookies step in? Stearns, Tompkins, both been playing amazing. Geiger's return ability, making miss ability. Yes, he had a fumble, but these guys have been showing up big time. And then you look at the defensive side of the ball. It's moving down. He mentioned the corners, the starting and backup. So who is it? Is it Jamel Dean's going to start or is it Sean Murphy-Bunting? That's the big thing. Everyone always wonders why the hell is Sean Murphy-Bunting always start every season? Jamel Dean's clearly the better player. Obviously, it's not. The coaches see something otherwise. SMB started again last season against the Cowboys week 1. He was your starting corner outside. Does he win that against Dean again? We're going to find out. I mean, Dean probably has been working on a lot of stuff, catching the actual football, not dropping it every time it hits his hands. But SMB just brings a kind of awareness to the field that he can play almost all over. So who wins the outside corner? Who wins nickel corner? A lot of things to be discussed on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree. And he also talked about, the backup, backup linebacker positions. Obviously, Kunle Fadakasi, that's one to look at. JJ Russell. Grant Stewart is back from injury. So, how does his performance on special teams look? And then, obviously, the new addition, Jannard Avery, adding his depth to the outside edge position. Like, is he a lock to make this team? How does he look on special teams? Stuff like that. So, yeah, all these spots here mainly are going to be special teams related. And how does that play out? And then you look at like the bottom secondary pieces, Rashad Robinson and others, Nolan Turner,
Yeah.
all those guys are fighting for spots.
All the guys scrapping, trying to claw their way onto an NFL roster, right? And they're going to be wanting to show out in case they don't make it on this roster and they can make it somewhere else, especially those receivers. But also special teams wise, your kicker competition. Did Orgalis literally lose it with that big deep kick to win the game? Or is it Suckup's job and it was never a chance of him ever winning it? That's one thing I want to know too. But special teams wise, you need to make it on the roster in that way. I think that's what is going to be the biggest telling factor. That's why bringing in Avery right now and the way they were talking about him, like they don't want to be looking later in the middle of the season. Does that make him a lock to make the team? I don't know. Because I mean, the guy's name Fedakasi. Did I say it correctly? Yeah. Does he play special teams well? Probably not as much of an ace as Stewart does. So it's troubling. Fadakasi's been playing really well. Stewart doesn't play well in starting, but he's a hell of a spitfire when it comes to special teams going after it downhill. So I don't know. It's going to be a tough decision, but that's good. I mean, there's a lot of damn good players on this roster, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. You're going to see guys playing their hearts out. So, I mean, get ready for it, guys. It's going to be a hell of a last preseason game. I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. And with that said, guys, hit that like button down below if you like the content. Comment down below who's making this roster, who's not. Who do you think is going to get scooped up by another team? And with that said, till the next one.